Hello everyone, this is Teki Kuntal. Today I will be discussing about a real-time data analytics pipeline using AWS services. So you might be already aware of that there is something called Kinesis, which is a AWS service. Today I'll be using Kinesis Data Streams for processing the real-time data. So now understand the pipeline here. So I have this architecture here. So this is where I am generating a real-time data, which will hit the Kinesis data stream, and then this data will be transferred to AWS Lambda, and Lambda will basically write that data into the AWS DynamoDB. So here I have in these, in between AWS Lambda and DynamoDB, I have one Python script, and here also I have one Python script. So I have mentioned that PySpark, but it's not mandatory needs to be PySpark. Even a simple Python environment will work nicely. So the data I have this local data producer. Basically, I will write a Python code and which will basically produce the data, and it will write it into the Kinesis data stream. Now, the same thing you can do it into the Databricks also. So you can go with any one of them. The code will remain same. So now I will open AWS console. Now in AWS console, if I go back to the diagram again, uh, I need to open total of 3 services. One is data stream, another is Lambda, and then DynamoDB. So I will type Kinesis here, and then DynamoDB, and then Lambda. Also, I need to create a IAM role so that my Lambda can access the Kinesis and DynamoDB. So for that, I will go to the roles first. In roles section, I have already created a Lambda role. Basically, you can see this is the role which I'll be using. In this role, my service is Lambda, and Lambda has all kind of accesses. So if I open it, I have assigned a administrator access here, so that at any point of time it does not create any kind of problem. But I believe this is not an ideal access level thing. But yeah, for the time being, for the demo purpose, I have just assigned a administrative access. Okay, so now I will go to the Kinesis. In the Kinesis, as I mentioned, it has some sort of other services, right? Which is sub-services I called. So Kinesis data streams, Kinesis data firewalls, and Kinesis data analytics. So I'll be using Kinesis data stream. So for that, create data stream and just give one name. So the name I will give it here, demo Kinesis stream 1. You can give anything as per your choice, but just keep in mind that the same stream name you just need to provide in the Python script. So in data stream capacity, you have total 2 options. One is on demand and another one is provisioned. So I will keep it on demand, but if you select provision, you can mention how many shard is required and all those. This is the only thing here you can max to max do the configuration, but I will go with on demand so that my Kinesis will, scale up and down accordingly. So I will create the stream. So meanwhile, I will go to the DynamoDB. Here I need to create one table. So I will create a table. I will give the name users. I just need to give one partition key So you can give anything, but for the time being, for the demo purpose, I will give it ID. So why I'm giving ID? Because the same way I have created my Python script. Now this partition key is just works like a Python primary key in your table. Okay, so I don't need to put any kind of short key as of now. So maybe on another day I will discuss about DynamoDB in more details. But for this demo, you just need to keep in mind that you just need to create one table whose name is users, and the partition key will be ID. So then I will go to the customize settings. In customize settings, I will select DynamoDB standard, and then I will select on demand. So again, it will scale up and down accordingly as per the need. Maybe in provision you can select how much read capacity and write capacity you need accordingly. You can select, but I want to go on that particular part. So I'll select up on demand. I think that's all, and then create table. So I will go to the Kinesis. So you can see that my stream is already created and it's in active status. All right, now I'll go to the Lambda. So I will create one Lambda function. I will author from scratch. I just need to give one name. So probably I will give demo Kinesis data streams to DynamoDB. Okay, and the runtime will be Python 3.9. I already have a role, right? So I will use that role. So this is nothing but these one I was talking about, right? So this is the role I'm using here. In advanced settings, I don't have to do anything as of now. So I'll create these function. So my function is already created. The Lambda function is created. Now I just need to add the trigger. So in trigger, I will connect my Kinesis stream, and I will select the stream here, and my batch size is 100, which is default, and the starting position is latest, and then yeah, I think that's it, and then add it. Okay, so now I'll go to the code part. In code, I have the code already written. I'll copy it, I'll paste it. You can find the code in my GitHub public repository. I will share you the link in the description section. So now come the code. So in that code, I will get a Kinesis event. In that event, there are many records. In that, so from that, I will create a for loop so that you can iterate through the list of records, and from there, uh, I will select the Kinesis data, and I will decode it. So I have used the base 64, and then I will convert the payload into the dictionary format, and then I will write that data into the DynamoDB. So this is write to DB is the function which I have written here, and this is the Boto3 code. Basically, I have created a resource, DynamoDB resource here. It's nothing but the connection. And then I have mentioned my table name here, right? So now I will write the data using put item function. So here I have passed my data here, right? So this is the code. This is a very simple code. I will deploy it. So my code is already deployed. Now I will come to the main part, which is the actual code, right? Which will generate the data, the streaming data. So for that, you just keep in mind that you need to install two library, which is Faker and Moto3. So Faker is a library which will generate the fake data. So this is the library I am talking about, and so I have used this Faker library. So using Faker, I will generate a name and a country. Okay, and I have imported random library. So using random, I can generate some random ID here, and then the Boto3 for accessing the AWS services, right? So now you can see I need a access key and secret key. So for my AWS console, I have a test user. So for the test user, I have one access key and secret key. So that I'm using here. And my region is AP South one, which is Mumbai. And then I'm creating a session. Okay. So I am passing my access key, secret key, and the region. And then I'm creating a session of Kinesis data stream, and I am passing my, the stream name. So next part is I am creating a faker object, and then I have created a function where I will return a dictionary object, right? So that's all. I think pretty much simple code. Now I will hit enter. But before I hit enter, I just want to mention that this is my code which is locally present here. Basically, you can see in my C drive, that new folder, I have this code. Okay, this is a Jupyter file, I can say. So this is a notebook file. Yeah. So I am accessing these notebook from local system, but my libraries are not actually installed in my local system. So then how I will run this file, right? So the thing is that if I click here, I have total two options. Basically, in your case, you will be seeing actually local here. But for my case, it's remote, right? So I have discussed this thing in another video. I will share the link in the description box, how you can access a remote server in your, VS Code. So basically, my remote server is in my Docker container, which is actually a PySpark environment, and I have all my libraries installed there. So that is the thing. So let's run this code now. So it's running. So basically, it's generated some random data. Uh, it has put the record into the Kinesis, right? So now I will go to the Lambda basically, and in Lambda, uh, I will go to the monitor and I will open CloudWatch logs. In CloudWatch logs, I can see there is a log has been generated. Oh yeah, you can see that the object has been successfully written into the Dynamodb table, right? So that was my code. So you can see to print after writing, it will after writing each record, it will write successfully written into DB, right? So that's what I am seeing in the log actually. Now I will go to the DynamoDB. In DynamoDB, I will go inside users. In users, I will select explore item. So for your case, maybe auto preview will be checked on. I have checked it off. So just to run. So this is my purpose, and this is the pipeline all about. So hope you have understood what I wanted to say here. And if you have any kind of question or query, you can comment down below. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.